Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alina, I'm a fiction author and I post videos on YouTube about my author journey and all my writing and publishing and sometimes book covers and how I design them. Today is round 2 of the Battle of the Book series. So this video will cover the battle between these two books covers, which is why I mentioned book cover design earlier. So a quick wrap up for people who haven't seen the first part, which is link here in the cards. I have 2 series that I'm currently working on and that I'm pitching against each other, and I call this the Battle of the Book series. Basically, I'm doing 2 series in 2 fairly similar and yet fairly different subgenres of the LGBT fiction bigger genre, and I'm going to see which does better and what conclusions I can draw from that. The first series is a contemporary gay romance series and it's more light-hearted, so I went with this cover. The other series is gay mystery romance, so it's a mystery romance blend and it has a more angsty serious tone because all of the murdering, and I went with this cover. Now, before I ask you which your favorite is, I'm going to go a bit into the design concept for these two. First off though, I do need to apologize. I fully intended to record a lot of video footage of me doing these 2 covers and use that as the background and just do a voiceover. Unfortunately, I only recorded bits of Accidentally in Love, the contemporary gay romance cover, which you'll see bits in the background. For the second one, Sins of the Father, I just didn't record anything. My computer wasn't behaving well that day. Photoshop was pretty much killing everything else and I just couldn't get things to work, and then I just thought I should just focus on the cover and I'll tell you all about it. So I do apologize for that. But if you do want to see more about my cover design process and how I play with things, I do plan to have a few live streams in the future while I design book covers, so keep an eye out for that, I guess. So for Accidentally in Love, this series, and Accidental Boyfriend, which is the book, I wanted the cover to suggest it's a light-hearted read, even if there's banter and maybe slight angst and issues that the 2 characters have to overcome. And the way I thought of it was to have pretty bright colors in the title and get cover models that are smiling. So I have a few lined up for future books in the series, because usually when I go with a series I try to think of what I can do throughout subsequent books so that I can make them look like a series, so that the covers look like each other. So this model in the first cover is not the only one I've already selected, and they're all kind of smiling, light-hearted, relaxed, and I was trying to convey what the book was all about through the feeling the cover suggests. My boyfriend says it turned out like a pretty decent movie poster, and I agree this could work as a romantic comedy sort of movie poster, but I totally love it. I think it's great to convey the spirit of the book. And the second cover for Sins of the Father pretty much does the same thing. It does convey a feeling of foreboding and angst and a darker sort of read, although it's not that dark, but it has a different font, a different setting. The model is wearing black. The whole atmosphere is a bit darker and tenser, and the titling is done in a way that fits mystery way better than it would fit a contemporary gay romance. Although for both covers I went with easy to read fonts. That's very important to me. It's more important than the covers looking very artistic, because most of my sales come from ebook sales. So on most pages, readers only see a little thumbnail, and while looking at that thumbnail, they have to figure out a bit about the book, kind of guess the genre. And to get that for both books, I did study the best-selling tops for their respective categories to see kind of what trends work and which don't as much. And then I took the bits I liked and put them together. So if you see Accidental Boyfriend among other gay contemporary romances, it would look like one, and if you see Sins of the Father along other mystery romances in the LGBT section, it will kind of look like them. I didn't make it extremely dark, there's no blood spatter and anything like that, because it is not a very graphic mystery, so I didn't see the point in doing that. But yeah, this is how I came up with the two covers. It was a very different process for each of them because I was trying to convey very different things. So I needed different effects, different sort of composition, although it doesn't seem necessarily that way. I needed the background to pretty much reflect what's going on, and in the case of Accidentally in Love, for the first cover I used an outdoorsy kind of setting, while everything happens inside on the cover of Sins of the Father, and it's all kind of dark and mysterious because it's a mystery. And that was pretty much how I came about them. And I can't decide which of these two covers I like more, so you've already seen them in the previous video, but now I got more into detail about how I came up with them. To be fair, Accidentally in Love came about a lot quicker than the mystery cover, because I kept going back and forth about what to have on the cover, what mood I wanted with it, whether I should keep the original interior the model was in, or whether I should change it, how to alter the lighting, what effects to put on him, and things like that. I just wanted that moody, mysterious atmosphere, and that's, for me, it was slightly more difficult to achieve because I was trying to have a very defined style for this series. I'm trying to make all of my series very defined. For example, if you see an Owl Investigations cover, you know it's an Owl Investigations book because those have a specific style. If you see one of my cozies, you know it's one of my cozies because it's a certain style of cover which kind of blends with other cozies and kind of not. So yeah, for Accidentally in Love, I kind of knew what I was doing because I had the Just Don't series that I would make a variant of. So if you see the Just Don't series and this series together, when there will be more books out, you can tell they're in the same range. But for the mystery, I couldn't do the same thing because Owl Investigations is completely different. It's more mystery focused. The romance is secondary. They're not sharing the main role. And Owl Investigations is a lot more lighthearted. So they couldn't look like each other much. They're very different subgenres of the mystery genre, so I had to portray that. So this is why with me the mystery series was a bit more complicated to come up with a concept. But to be fair, once I have the first cover in a series, coming up with the next covers is slightly easier. Sure, I need to find a model that fits for Accidentally because there's a different lead in every book. Not the same thing for the gay mystery where I have the same protagonist and well, I should say protagonists because there are two MCs, but you know, there's a main character love interest and a main character investigator. amateur sleuth, let's say, but it will be mostly my main amateur sleuth on the covers, because he's the POV I'm covering. What are you doing? So my dog's interrupting. I changed my filming setting and it bothers him. So I'm filming here with my desk that's completely shut down. I just wanted some backlight over there, because if I try to film where I usually film, it's just too bright because it's really sunny outside. But yeah, now everything I do is in the middle of my room, so Ares can't walk around along as he pleases when I film. So yeah, like I said, let me know what you think of these covers. If you have a preference for one of them, do let me know. No hard feelings, I love them both and I can't decide between them. I had a wonderful time making them because I learned a lot. There were some frustrations, but I got over them, and Mike helped a lot with feedback and telling me what I should change, and it was great, it was amazing. So yes, that's it from me for this round 2. Let me know if you think one is going to do better than the other. I'm really curious what you think the results of this battle will be, and I will be back in a few weeks with a new round of the Battle of the Book series. Round 3 will be all about blurbs and my frustrations with creating blurbs, which are tough for me anyway. But before we get there, I still have some weeks, so I'm not going to stress about it. Anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here with me today. Do give me a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to keep up with the Battle of the Book series, maybe subscribe to my channel. The faster we go to 1000 subscribers, the faster I do another giveaway, and probably next time it won't take me 1000 years to announce the winners. By the way, if you want to see the winners of my 500 sub giveaway and missed that initial video, I'll link it up there or in the description or in both places. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Good luck if you're doing nano. By the way, I changed out of this t-shirt, but I pre-filmed this. I'm probably back to just wearing my pajamas by now, because putting up makeup and stuff is a lot of effort for staying inside. But hey, I do it for the camera. That's a good thing, because I shouldn't turn into a total sloth during this lockdown. Yeah, thanks again for being here. I'll see you all soon. Thanks for being part of this channel despite my lengthy breaks, and hopefully I can keep it up and not disappear again. Bye!